This evening, government ministers defend handling of Exxon signing bonus. GCCI hosts annual awards ceremony. Business owner plans pop-up shop for young entrepreneurs. In the region, in Trinidad and Tobago, government to stamp out illegal water payments. And internationally, net neutrality is dead following a decision by the FCC.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Rival Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Headline News is now being streamed live on our YouTube channel. Join us. Ministers Winston, Jordan, and Rothfeld Trotman declare they did nothing illegal regarding the $18 million signing bonus. Wendell Jeffery brings us that story.
George, the fallout continues over the $18 million that was deposited into a secret account in the central bank. And so Channel 2 Headline News thought to ask the ministers, the Minister of Natural Resources, Minister Trotman, and we also sought to ask the Minister of Finance, Winston Jordan, to explain what really happened as the fallout continues. And here are the takes from the two ministers respectively. Mr. Minister, why is Mr. Trotman apologizing for this act and saying that the government was caught in a bind? And why is he promising to never do it again if it's transparent?
He is only apologizing for the fact that we haven't released the contract. And in the contract, all of this signing...
No, he's talking about the monies.
No, well, then you have to ask him. I can't speak on behalf of Mr. Trotman. There are ways of implementing the act without violating the act. The money is temporarily in an account at Bank of Ghana. And by the way, it's earning interest. When the activity has been activated, that is, if we indeed going to the court and have to find lawyers and so on and so forth, the monies will be transferred to the consolidated fund. The foreign currency will be sold to the Bank of Ghana. Bank of Ghana will credit the consolidated fund with the Ghana dollar equivalent. I will go to the Parliament and seek a supplementary budget for the exact sum to pay the lawyers and so forth. A number of people who don't understand the accounting and the rules and so forth are making statements that, frankly, I find. I don't find that gels with what has been the practice. None other than the President indicated that the money is for a specific purpose in connection with the defense of our territorial integrity. Is there a specific project for the Lotto Fund? There are no specific projects for the Lotto Fund. We receive 24% of the proceeds. That's it. It's we who determine what to do with those funds. Similarly, this is what has happened here. We determine that this money will be used in defense of our territorial integrity. So it's transparent. There's no talk about people stealing $18 million and so on and so forth. It is a very transparent process.
You seem to promise that the situation with the $80 million will not happen again. Right. The minister is saying that nothing was wrong.
I think I heard the word apologize. I didn't apologize. What I said in Parliament on Friday last was that we did something that we believe to be honorable. Maybe the steps we took to give effect and purpose to that, in hindsight, we maybe should have done it a little differently. But certainly we did nothing wrong. We weren't immoral in our actions, we were not unpatriotic, we were not criminal in our actions. It is just that given the brouhaha that has erupted as a result of this, certainly we would not do it this way were it to be done in the future.
Would you care to proffer a different way in hindsight?
No, I can't proffer a different way, but if one would be some way of engaging the public somewhat earlier, that would be it. But what we did was not illegal or improper or immoral or in any way unethical.
Well, George, there you have it. Minister Jordan is saying that absolutely nothing wrong was done and that all the monies under the last administration were deposited into accounts that did not come under the consolidated fund. And you have Minister Trotman saying that while they might have done it the wrong way, they did nothing wrong. And so reporting here from the Marriott Hotel, I'm Wendell Jeffery for Channel 2 Headline News. Back to you, George.
Thanks, Wendell. One young man has taken the plunge into business ownership, and he's determined to bring along as many young persons as possible.
let's just say the president, he's been encouraging young people to be their own boss. And while he said that, it didn't really sink in then. And then when I realized I had a problem, I was complaining about it. And every time I have to walk Regent Street, I realized, you know, you're just complaining. So what can you do to change what you're complaining about?
Heeding President David Granger's call for an increase in youth entrepreneurship, one young man has decided to start his own business.
We want to be a company that's more than selling clothes. We want to be that company that looks out for other entrepreneurs and how we could share our expertise and our experiences over our operational years or months or however you want to term it.
That is Mark Murray. He decided to start Namar's showroom out of a desire to elevate the quality of men's clothing in Guyana.
Men have problems finding clothes here in Guyana. And not just clothes, but quality stuff and your size. I too had problems doing that. So I was discussing it with my business partner because it's a partnership company. And we decided, you know what? Rather than complain about the problem, why not be an answer to the problem?
He came up with the concept of a pop-up shop out of a desire to encourage other young persons to become entrepreneurs.
Rather than just Namar showroom selling what we have to offer, why not incorporate other businesses? And what better way to do it than to promote our local entrepreneurs, especially young people. So we teamed up with two businesses. One that's Coconut Grove. They do coconut biscuit. It's an old family recipe that's passed down, and they're now, you know, trying to get that out there. It's in supermarkets, at the airport and stuff. So they've been doing work. It's not that they haven't. So we're just giving them that extra boost. And then there's Pomeroon Rose.
Samuel Ben is a representative of Pomeroon Rose. His family's company will be one of the stores featured in the pop-up shop.
Well, this is a family business that is located in the Pomeroon. It started a few years ago because to reduce spoilage of your produce, we started to add value to things like coconut, peppers, and carambola. So we produce virgin coconut oil, coconut cashew, hot pepper sauce, along with mixed fruits, that is carambola and cashew. Yeah, so that is the four products that we've been working with for the past 4 years.
Depending on the reception, Murray plans to make the pop-up shop a reoccurring event. Participating vendors are expected to give discounts and free samples of their products. The pop-up shop is scheduled to be held at Giffland Mall this Saturday, December 16th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Don't go away. We have more news for you after the break.
Shop at John Lewis Styles in December and you could win one RCA tablet every day. Yes, every day. And that's not all. 4 persons will win $1 million to spend in the store. Just imagine, $1 million in clothing, shoes, and accessories. Enter to win with every $5,000 you spend. So shop now to win one tablet every day and $1 million to spend in the store. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Season's greetings from Kisul's Furniture Store.
Get ready for the concert of a lifetime. The Restoration of Life Ministries presents Worship His Majesty on December 14th at 6 p.m. Restoration Life Ministry with special guests Samuel Medas, Earl Bishop, RLM Dancing, Pastor Sean Sobers, and the Prophetic Priest. Don't you miss this. It's Saturday, December 14th, 6 p.m. Admission free. Hosted by Apostle Ridley.
It's that time of year when you break out all the cool and fancy stuff to decorate your home. National Hardware Supercenter and Water Street locations got the ideal furniture collection for the dining and living rooms. Choose from these quality sofa sets and recliners to add that perfect holiday setting. Our stylish dining sets will add a unique touch of class to your decor. The quality and designs are unmatched. We add that extra feeling of Christmas with this choice of furniture in the mega holiday deals happening now at your Do It Best stores, National Hardware.
For the best Creole food in town, come to Ridley's Restaurant. Taste our hot meals, fresh bread, and sweet pastries. Our spacious dining hall is free for all occasions. For reservations and more, call 226-2518 or 225-7245. We're open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Wrigley's Restaurant, located at 38 Robb Street, Laceytown, between King and Wellington Streets. For breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Ridley's Restaurant. Tasty and healthy eating.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princeton Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Welcome back. Minister of Foreign Affairs, Carl Greenidge, also supports the handling of the signing bonus, calling it a matter of national security. Here's Wendell Jeffery with the details.
George, it is very obvious that this situation of the signing bonus is affecting this government. As we will hear in this report, none other than the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Minister Greenidge himself, chose to use the opening of Parliament today to bring a message to the Parliament and by extension the Guyanese people as it relates to what really happened to the government taking that chance of putting the money into a private account and not disclosing it. Listen to what the minister had to say, George.
The facts, in fact, are quite straightforward. Guyana negotiated and received $18 million in connection with the signing of a contract for the renewal of a petroleum license. The sum in question was not 20 million or 25 million, but 18 million.
Some are suggesting that one of the delays in the release of the contract is the notion that the contract might not have included any mention of a signing bonus from ExxonMobil, seemingly to prevent any likelihood of a fallout from this questionable omission. The foreign minister said this.
Whether or not a contract was necessary is a matter of opinion on which I will waste no further time. But suffice it to say, while such payments are not unusual, there is no standard arrangement or formula concerning either the quantum or the procedures for signing bonuses. During the course of 2015 and 2016, after discussions with ExxonMobil, the Minister of Natural Resources proposed to Cabinet that the payment of a bonus on the extension of an agreement by the company be undertaken. The Ministry of Finance advised that monies be held separately and securely until such time as the government is clear as to when those funds would be needed. The section provides for public monies to be held in extra budgetary funds, deposit funds, etc., until they are credited to the consolidated fund. When the maritime case against Suriname was referred to the UNCLOS tribunal and decided, the government of Guyana contracted services and benefited from services without either paying for them or passing the matter through the consolidated fund. Not a single cent can be found referred to in either the estimates or in the Bank of Guyana's accounts. But in Guyana, some sections of the media demonize them. Given the potential importance of petroleum production to the well-being of all Guyanese, it can only be assumed that these commentators believe that it is harmless fun. They say what is fun for little boys is death for cockroach.
Well, there you have it, George. The Minister Greenwich, Minister of Foreign Affairs, is saying that the monies were supposed to be kept a secret, and that now that the secret is out, it is likely to jeopardize the sovereignty of Guyana, as the purpose for which the money was supposed to be used is now exposed. It is left for the Guyanese people to continue to make and to take an opinion on this matter to see whether or not it was a justifiable move for the government to have kept those monies secretive. George?
The Child Care and Protection Agency held their annual staff conference yesterday. Director Ann Green expressed worries over childhood illiteracy. Esther Sobers has more.
The Child Care and Protection Agency is tasked with the welfare of our nation's children. This requires the agency to address a host of issues related to safety and development of Guyana's youth. Director of Child Care and Protection Agency, Ann Green, highlighted the widespread challenges that confront the CPA.
We are encountering a situation, children not being able to read. I know at common entrance time they're going to have the first 100 in the newspaper, but we got a lot of children ain't going to pass anything because they can't read. And I feel that the interest in books was not placed very early in the child's life. So we're going to work a program where we're getting back to where children learn to read on the laps of their parents.
While not directly their responsibility to address, Green further noted the issues of illiteracy in children and adults. She reminded parents who cannot read that there is still hope.
And there is hope for parents who can't read. But you go there, you're going to show your interest, get the interest in the child in the books. You're going to show the picture and you're going to talk. We got to get children reading very early. So we're going to get a book for every toddler. The ECZ is working a program at the health center with all those with the babies in the arm, and you're going to let them know how important that the child get early childhood experience. And I know my early childhood team is rearing to go.
Since 2008, the National Fast Track Literacy Program has had as its goals the improvement of local literacy standards, as well as targeting low performers, out-of-school youths, and young illiterate adults. However, a lot more still needs to be done to address the issue of functional illiteracy in our society. Reporting for Channel 2 Headline News, I'm Esther Sobers.
The Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry hosted its annual awards ceremony last night. Esther Sobers was there and filed this report.
The Georgetown Chambers of Commerce and Industry held their 128th annual anniversary ceremony last evening at the Marriott Hotel. Several companies were recognized for their outstanding contributions towards the business sector and society throughout the year. President of the GCCI, Deodat Indar, congratulated the awardees. He spoke of the issue facing the business community and the need for national unity.
All guidance. In this room, I have captains of industry, decision makers. And I would like to ask all of you, for us to reject the current politics of the day. It is having a negative effect on all of us. It divides a man against his neighbor, a man against his son, a man against his brother. With this trend, the country will be harder to govern. Let us do things that bring peace and joy in our lives.
Dr. Roche Khan received the award for Young Business Executive of the Year. Rams Logistic Eldorado Offshore was awarded the Business of the Year award in the small to medium category, while GTT received the same award in the large business category. The GGCI applauded the efforts of those who continue to drive Guyana forward through their involvement and leadership in the business community. Reporting for Channel 2 Headline News, I'm Esther Sobers.
Thanks again, Esther. Still ahead, we have our regional news, our international news, and your 7-day weather forecast. Stay with us.
Season's greetings from Kisul's Furniture Store.
For the best Creole food in town, come to Ridley's Restaurant. Taste our hot meals, fresh bread, and sweet pastries. Our spacious dining hall is free for all occasions. For reservations and more, call 226-2518 or 225-7245. We're open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Wrigley's Restaurant, located at 38 Robb Street, Laceytown, between King and Wellington Streets. For breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Ridley's Restaurant. Tasty and healthy eating.
Shop at John Lewis Styles in December and you could win one RCA tablet every day. Yes, every day. And that's not all. 4 persons will win $1 million to spend in the store. Just imagine, $1 million in clothing, shoes, and accessories. Enter to win with every $5,000 you spend. So shop now to win 1 tablet every day and $1 million to spend in the store. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
That time of year when you break out all the cool and fancy stuff to decorate your home. National Hardware Supercenter and Water Street locations got the ideal furniture collection for the dining and living rooms. Choose from these quality sofa sets and recliners to add that perfect holiday setting. Our stylish dining sets will add a unique touch of class to your decor. The quality and designs are unmatched. We add that extra feeling of Christmas with this choice of furniture in the mega holiday deals happening now at your Do It Best store's National Hardware.
Welcome back. And now for news from the region. In Trinidad and Tobago, citizens receiving water deliveries from the National Water Company, WASA, have complained of being asked to pay for the service. According to the management of the company, it is illegal for drivers to demand payment. C News has more.
The Water and Sewage Authority says water trucks that collect money from citizens for water supplied are doing so illegally. During a meeting of the Public Accounts Committee on Wednesday morning, WASA officials confirmed they have received several reports from consumers of water supply trucks demanding payment from citizens when they arrive to deliver water. Chairman of WASA, Romney Thomas, said this was not supposed to happen.
They are not supposed to charge for that service. I mean, they're contracted by us.
Citizens have been asked to report to WASA when this occurs, so the authority can be aware and conduct the relevant investigations. Meanwhile, CEO of the authority, Ellis Boris, said with the dry season almost here, efforts were being put in place to prevent a drop in supply.
We know we have a challenge with the lines that are breaking very regularly, and we are putting in place the various things or trucks. We have going out for tender the various trucks that we need to deal with the situation when there's a challenge with water in a particular area.
And internationally, the United States Federal Communications Commission has voted on party lines to undo sweeping Obama-era net neutrality rules that guaranteed equal access to the internet. The AP brings us that story.
With that, we will call the vote. Commissioner Clyburn.
I dissent.
Commissioner O'Reilly.
Aye.
Commissioner Carr.
Aye.
Commissioner Rosenworcel.
I dissent.
The chair votes aye. The item is adopted with editorial privileges granted as requested.
I dissent from this spirally spun, legally lightweight, consumer harming, corporate enabling, destroying internet freedom order. I dissent because I am among the millions outraged. Outraged because the FCC pulls its own teeth, abdicating responsibility to protect the nation's broadband consumers. Now, some may ask, why are we witnessing such unprecedented groundswell of public support for keeping the 2015 net neutrality protections in place? Because the public can plainly see that a soon-to-be toothless FCC is handing the keys to the internet, one of the most remarkable, empowering, enabling inventions of our lifetime, over to a handful of multi-billion-dollar corporations.
In the end, I'm simply not persuaded that heavy-handed rules are needed to protect against hypothetical harms. In all this time, I've yet to hear recent unquestionable evidence of demonstrable harms to consumers that demands providers be constrained by this completely flawed regulatory intervention. I still cannot endorse guilt by imagination. So, for those of you out there that are fearful of what tomorrow may bring, please take a deep breath. This decision will not break the internet. What we are doing is reverting back to the highly successful, bipartisan, governmental approach that existed before 2015. As the order makes clear, we depart from the prior Commission's approach because we determined that the decision was flawed. We believe that our statutory interpretation and course of action is the better one, and our decision is grounded in and supported by the record.
And now for your 7-day weather forecast. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Thursday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook and YouTube. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast, and Friday evening at 6 o'clock for more news. For now, I'm George Gonzalez, signing off, saying thank you for welcoming us into your homes, and do have a blessed evening.